According to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, a chair is what the fuck? We're going to this be by yourself!
Oh, you fucking ruined it.
According to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, a chair is one of the basic pieces of furniture. A chair is a type of seat. Its primary features are two pieces of a durable material attached as back and seat to one another at a 90-degree or slightly greater angle, with usually the four corners of horizontal seat attached in turn to four legs, or other parts of seat's undersides attached to three legs or to a shaft about which a four-arm turnstile on rollers can turn strong enough to support the weight of a person who sits at the seat, usually wide and broad enough to hold the lower body of the buttocks almost at the knees. It leans against the vertical back, usually wide enough to support the back and shoulder blades. The legs are typically high enough for the seated person's thighs and knees to form a 90-degree angle or lesser angle. Used in a number of rooms and homes, like living rooms, dining rooms, and dens. Also in schools and offices, with desks, mind you. And in other various workplaces. Chairs may be made of wood, metal, or synthetic materials. Lasagna, I don't care. And either the seat alone or the entire chair may be padded or upholstered in various colors and fabrics, like werewolf's mother's cooch. Chairs vary in design. An armchair has armrests fixed to the seat. A recliner is upholstered, and under a seat is a mechanism that allows one to lower the chair's back and raise into the place a fold-out footrest. A rocking chair has legs fixed to two long curved slats. A wheelchair has wheels fixed to the axis under the seat. Etymology of the chair comes from the early 13th century English word charrer, however the fuck it's pronounced, from Old French waving white flag bastards, from the Latin cathedra. The history of the chair is that they are five-legged chairs around a low-legged table from the Sylvan 19th century lifestyle museum. Early 20th century armchair made in Eastern Australia with strong heraldic embellishment. The chair has been used since antiquity, although for many centuries it was a symbolic article of state and dignity rather than an article for ordinary use. The chair is still used as the emblem of authority in the House of Commons in the United Kingdom and Canada, and in other settings. In keeping with the historical connotation of the chair as a symbol of authority, committees, boards of directors, and academic departments all have a chairman or chair. Endowed professorships are referred as chairs. It was not until the 16th century that chairs became common. Until then, people sat on chests, benches, and stools, which were ordinary seats of everyday life. The number of chairs which have survived from an earlier date is exceedingly limited. Most examples are ecclesiastical, signory, I don't know what this word is, or feudal origin. Chairs were in existence since at least the early dynastic period of Egypt, 3100 BC. They were covered with cloth or leather, were made of carved wood, and were much lower than today's chairs. Chair seats were sometimes only 10 inches tall. In ancient Egypt, chairs appear to have been great richness, of splendor, fashioned of ebony and ivory, or of carved gilded wood. They were covered with costly materials, magnificent patterns, and supported upon representation of the legs of beasts or figures of captives. Generally speaking, the higher ranked an individual was, the taller and more sumptuous was the chair he sat on, and the greater the honor. On state occasions, the pharaoh sat on a throne, often with a little footstool in front of it. The average Egyptian family seldom had chairs, and if they did, it was usually one of the master of the household who sat on the chair. Among the better off, the chairs would be painted to look like the ornate, inlaid, and carved chairs of the rich, but craftsmanship was usually poor. Any questions?